Alright, welcome back ladies and gentlemen to another brand new video on the Materwelon channel. As always, I hope you're having a fantastic day, and today we're gonna talk about something legitimately concerning on everybody's favorite platform, Twitch. Jeez mate, what has Twitch become? Half of the most popular streamers nowadays are literally just e-girls thriving off teasing their army of sims. Okay, so why are we actually talking about Twitch today? Well, in the past I've been very outspoken about discussing the current absolute state of Twitch, but recently a very questionable situation had been blowing up on Twitter, and I am of course talking about that Twitch streamer Azra, who had a subscriber Stalker from outside her own house to watch her creating soft porn, stream yoga, and I do actually have a couple of things to say about it. Now, this is obviously a situation that involves a couple of really controversial topics, including stalking and parasocial relationships on Twitch. I've talked about parasocial relationships in great detail when I made my first commentary video ever. Although, please don't go back and watch that. I stand with all the statements I said, but the quality was just painfully awful. But for anyone who is unaware of what a parasocial relationship actually means, a parasocial relationship is basically an unhealthy connection being built between a creator online and their viewers. Meaning that depending on the extent the viewer will perceive whoever they are consuming as an actual friend or acquaintance they know personally, through the content they put out. This is due to them interacting in a mutual way with the creator, although the person they are admiring only knows them as a username or sometimes not even at all. A prime example of this are people that call their fans online their best friends in order to appear more down to earth and closer with their viewers, which is incredibly manipulative, at least in my opinion. But the reason I'm bringing up parasocial relationships is that they especially excel on Twitch. Literally every semi-popular streamer encounters them, since the creator-viewer interactions are extremely prominent on Twitch and a key aspect of the popularity of live streaming. One might, for example, jokingly drop a donation with a funny text-to-speak caption and make the creator laugh, or somebody's message in chat might get read by the live streamer and perceived positively. These little things for many viewers will create a stronger bond with the streamer. Additionally, they get to know the streamer if they consume several hours of their content, which is of course only furthering their parasocial relationship, because even though a viewer might feel like them and the creator are close, the streamer only really knows them by a username on their screen and not the actual person behind that facade. And sadly, these parasocial relationships and interactions had been reaching extreme levels on Twitch more and more the past couple of years. There have been multiple accounts of delusional quote-unquote fans literally finding out their creator's address and stalking or harassing them in real life. For example, this guy showed up to Boogie2988's home confronting him. Think of Boogie what you want. He might have himself fueled the fire in this situation, but at the end of the day, no creator should ever get harassed like that. It's a complete violation of all privacy, and don't even get me started on stuff like swatting. If you consume any YouTube at all, you probably heard some creator or influencer talking about fans coming to their house and how it's absolutely uncalled for at some point. So if you ever thought about visiting your favorite creator with whom you feel like you have built a real bond, just don't. There are certain boundaries that should never be surpassed. And this is exactly the situation that would be happening here. This streamer Azra tweeted out, "Craziest thing happened on stream. I thought my chat was trolling. Still don't know who this man is. He has been watching me through my window." And here you can actually see the picture she posted, and there is indeed a man stalking her from outside her window, which would be incredibly scary. But before I express my thoughts on this picture in particular, because there are definitely some open questions, I just wanna quickly say, what has Twitch become, man? I know I also complained in great detail in my first commentary video, but no one should be forced to watch that. Like 50% of Twitch streamers nowadays are just chicks on just chatting that manage to get on top of the game, not by grinding, but by just using their bodies in order to gain the attraction of desperate men online who will throw any amount of money at their queens, cause they are the only women left on this planet who won't reject them. Maybe I'll make a video about Sims sometime in the future if I ever feel like it. But this is definitely showcasing how the platform is going down a darker path if these are the most popular creators. They're basically choosing the porn industry and profit over genuine creators, and even outright banning critical voices in some cases. I'm not saying you can't sexualize your body, I'm all for that, but Twitch is just not the site for that, even according to their own guidelines, which they very loosely follow. It's setting a terrible example for little girls that might have some passion for gaming or streaming within them by literally showcasing sexualization as the only way to gain any following at all. Like, you absolutely cannot try to tell me this is supposed to be a normal entertainment stream. She's more of an OnlyFans host than an entertainer. All of the guys watching had their dicks out. It's absolutely obvious by just taking one look at this picture. But we are not the only people looking, as you can clearly see that there is a man outside of her window peeking at her. And this would obviously be a horrible event, just as horrible as her donation goals. You get a cream pie for 500 subs. Against contrary belief, a cream pie is not some sort of pastry, and definitely against Twitch TOS. But after this was posted, there have been some voices claiming that this entire thing is just a setup in order to gain attention and some of their precious clout, which definitely worked if we take a look at the interactions on that tweet. And the reason some people are believing this has to be staged is that, first of all, this situation looks a bit too perfect to have just happened by coincidence. Even though there had been occurrences of stalking on Twitch in the past, this screenshot just looks a bit too much like promotion. Just the way she's positioned right now is legitimately perfect to attract desperate simps, but the main indicator here was the girl's reaction. The way she goes about describing her situation on Twitter just seems rather off. She talks about it being crazy and trolling and shit, which appears like a massive underreaction, considering that this is supposed to be a massive violation of privacy, and she should at least be slightly concerned that a chunk of her subscribers just found out about her address. Like, you should know, stalking is a serious crime. Even if she's just extremely confident at coping with it, she should at least call the police or something instead of just tweeting about it. Furthermore, she did actually plug her Twitch just below that tweet, which is just like, wow, you apparently got stalked and you used that serious situation for self-promotion. It's all looking very, very suspicious to me. And let me just state that if this is really fake, she absolutely deserves to get called out for this, since stalking, harassment and invasions of privacy is something a lot of Twitch streamers and just content creators in general have had to deal with, and in a lot of cases it was actually a rather traumatic experience for the live streamer. So faking this for views would just be entirely morally wrong, and the biggest indicator I myself found out is actually this. So I did some digging the past couple of days, going through her past and searching up people this girl associated with, and I did actually stumble across this guy. I think you pronounce his name WuhzGood, and I found him responding to one of her tweets, and if we take a look at his YouTube channel, he has around 700 subs. So not too many people actually know about him. I mean, 10 times more than what I got, but that's besides the point. He's still relatively unknown in the grand scheme of things. And by clicking onto one of his uploads, a lot might become rather clear. He does look kind of familiar, don't you think? I wonder where I've seen that face before. Let's compare the two side to side. This is the best quality I could actually get, since the original screenshot has a rather poor quality. And there's absolutely no denying that they do look extremely similar if we go by hairstyle, skin tone and facial hair. This could, in my opinion, be the exact same person. I'm very strongly inclined to believe that it's the same guy. I of course can't be completely certain, but I'm like 98% positive that they are the same person, and I might have just busted her, because if it's him, it has to be 100% fake, since she claims in her tweet, I still don't know who this man is, but if it was him, she would actually know him from their past interactions. So this is all looking incredibly suspicious right now. I went around like 10 discords in preparation for this video and asked people if they think that this is the same guy, and most of the people that voiced their opinion even seem to agree with me that this could very likely be the same person, which would be making this a faked event for views. A slight issue with this whole situation might be that due to DMCA reasons, this chick deletes all of her streams and turns off clips in order to avoid copyright. So we sadly can't go back to that stream and try to get a clearer look at this guy, but from what I'm seeing here, I'm not 100% certain, like I said, but it really could be the same guy, and if it is, fuck her for abusing a traumatic experience many creators had to go through for clout. And if it actually isn't, then well, you should probably be more concerned about your fans knowing your address. Sadly, the only way to really confirm this would be getting this guy's account, but if they actually faked it, I don't think there's any way he'd publicly admit it without the two having like a major falling out. Alright, so I did actually do some real detective work in this video, I guess, but in conclusion, be aware that this entire video is still, of course, just my personal opinion. I'm definitely leaning more towards this being entirely faked. That guy did actually look a lot like the Stalker, but I'm still rather open-minded to change my viewpoint here. As always, let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'm extremely interested in what you have to say say about this situation. Do you think I found who the stalker really is, or do you think this is not the same person? Please let me know down below. Also, please subscribe to the channel. We climbed a little bit up the past couple of uploads, and reaching 100 subs would be amazing. Thank you for everybody that is subscribed to watch my stuff. You greatly appreciate it. Additionally, drop a like on this video if you wish to become one of the cool kids. My Twitter is linked down below at Materwelon. And yeah, this is all for today. Make sure to stay safe, and we'll hopefully see each other next upload.